Welcome back, Intrepid Explorers. I'm Chris.
And I'm Elizabeth.
And we're Candy Adventures. And it's Wahoo season, so today we're gonna try to get on some Wahoo, and just like always, we're early bird special. We're up nice and early, it's 1 p.m., so we're gonna troll for some Wahoo. This is also a Halloween-themed episode because Halloween is upon us.
And we have some special lures for Halloween theme.
Super excited about these lures. Been waiting on these for a couple months. Had to ship them to family in the States and then them to us. So let's check out these lures real quick because I'm really excited about these. Okay, so these lures are creepy and I really like them. We found them on Instagram from a very small channel. And they're so cool because they're creepy and weird because they are little people. It is the creepiest little lure. I've never been so happy by these little dye-poured people things before.
It's so weird. Okay, so this one's extra Halloween themed because this is called pumpkin seed, right? That's what you said?
I think it's pumpkin seed, I think.
Well, that's what we're gonna call it. But yeah, it's little human bodies with nice glutes. And we're gonna rig these up on our trolling reels.
I think these are meant primarily for freshwater, but we're gonna try to troll them on our squid skirts out here and try to see if we can hook some Wahoo on these. She thick.
Look how skinny the little leggies go.
She thick. So as always, we're trolling through here. We're not catching anything. And we think maybe because it's Halloween and it's a little creepy, to up the creep factor and also kind of in a way root for our lures here, we decided to name our lures to make it more personal and creepy and also give us something to root for. So we named our lures Brandon. So now I'm just gonna, while she's driving, I'm gonna stand at the back of the boat, you know, and just root these little guys on. Brandon 1 and Brandon 2. That way I can just root for Brandon and I'm rooting for both of them. Let's go, Brandon! Let's go, Brandon!
Let's go, Brandon! Hey. Let's go, Brandon! Hey. Let's go, let's go, hey. Let's go, Brandon! Let's go, Brandon! You know what they saying, ho? Let's go, Brandon! Let's go, Brandon! You know what they saying, ho? Let's go, Brandon! Let's go, Brandon! You know what they saying, ho? Let's go, Brandon! Let's go,
Go, Brandon! Let's get it done! Woo! Alright, so this is day 2. Day 1 was a complete bust. Rained on us all day. We caught nothing, had no strikes. Saw some small bonita, but it's back out. It's day 2. Like I said, it's raining, it's crappy. It says there's a small craft advisory today, but it looks okay. But I'm sure as we get farther away from the coast, it's going to get worse. But while we were at home, since we saw those bonita yesterday and had nothing to cast at them, these schools of bonita, we made up another lure.
Meet Brandon number 3.
Yeah, this is Brandon number 3, and I think it's hilarious because the hook comes out where his wiener is. I don't know why that's funny. And when you flip the hook over this way, the spoon, his little butt is very thick, and it's just hilarious. So even if this doesn't catch any fish, this lure, I just giggle when I look at it. But anyway, this is a spoon that I super glued this human onto. It's got a weed guard here. There's a wire inside right here, and that's the weed guard for like freshwater fishing. And then I just super glued it on here. So if we get into some schools of fish that we can cast into or something's around the boat, we're gonna throw this at it and see what we can do. So anyway, let's get back to trolling in the rain and being miserable.
Yesterday was at least kind of sunny for most of the day, and today is just a crippling reflection of the inner soul. So Chris actually prepared coffee and hot chocolate.
I don't know if you ever played any old video games from like the 1990s or early 2000s, like Turok on the N64 or any of the old Tomb Raider games or anything like that. But they all have this common feature because of a hardware limitation. They use fog in the background to hide the draw distance because the computer couldn't draw that far in the distance. So they always use a fog or a mist. Anyway, it feels like we're in a mid-90s, early 2000s video game right now with all this fog in the background and rain. Really feeling like a couple of Helen hunts out here in this storm. But anyway, it's really coming down, as you can see. Still not catching any fish, but we are going to have our hot chocolate here and try to literally weather this storm, or weather this weather. I mean, if Helen Hunt could survive those tornadoes, and sure as hell we can too. We both vaguely look like Helen Hunt, so maybe that's a good omen, a good sign. Just really out here soaking up the rain and the failure. This is our fifth or sixth time trolling and not hooking anything up trolling. So I'm kind of doing a reverse Grinch right now with my heart. It's just getting smaller and smaller and smaller.
It shrunk 3 sizes that day.
Yeah, my heart's just really shrank up. And anyway, also the little girl Cindy Lou from the live adaptation of that movie with Jim Carrey in the early 90s now looks like this. Taylor Momsen. Super cool. Anyway, that kind of ties into Halloween too, because you know she's kind of gothic and you know creepy nowadays. But anyway, we're gonna keep sipping some chocolate and being soaking wet and enjoy this day.
Phil, we're in the core.
The good news is we're not catching any fish, and it's middle of this storm. It's so pretty rough we can't see, so we got our lights on right now, so hopefully other boats can see us. We slowed down like 3 or 4 miles an hour.
We can barely see out past the boat. It's just a wall of white. And it's been off and on like this, but this is definitely the worst part of the day so far.
We've given you nothing.
But we're still trying. The effort is being put in, so it is day 3 on the water.
It's not raining. We just changed our fuel filter, so we did a little maintenance. Still no excuse for why this is taking so long. Still got our super creepy lures. Let's hopefully catch a wahoo today. And if not, I'm going to set this boat on fire and burn it to the fucking bottom of the ocean.
No, I still owe money on it. You can't do that.
I don't owe any money on this.
I do.
This is not in my name, so I will burn it down.
No.
I'm a loose cannon. Wild card. If I'm Uno, I'm the wild card.
No. Reverse, reverse, reverse.
Okay, let's go fishing. We haven't heard of too many people catching wahoo lately, and especially not us, but then I think, well, Chris, how many friends do you have in the world? And then you think, well, yeah, maybe that's why you haven't heard about people catching wahoo. But anyway, we just bumped into a nice guy, nice fisherman here at the boat ramp here, and he just caught a nice wahoo this morning, so at least we know there was one here, so got it.
What is it?
It was for sure that fall.
Yeah, I saw it. It tore the rubber piece man in half.
All right, it's day 4. So far things seem to be going well. We got a nice bright blue skies.
To show our degree of desperation, we are out early for us today.
Yeah, it's pre-noon, which doesn't happen a lot for us.
Ever, really.
So, trying to get on the troll a little earlier this morning. We only hooked up once yesterday, and it was a wahoo, and it was on our creepy little human lures. It's the only problem is we're fishing mono, just trying to get more bites, and it cut us off almost immediately.
Yeah.
We saw the fish jump.
It was a really, really good sized wahoo.
And it went slack.
Yeah.
So what we've done here is we have our pumpkin seed human lure super glued onto this hook, and we have it behind our squid skirt here, just like this. Because yesterday the color that they hit was this bright green color. It got hit twice, and it was the only lure that got hit was this bright green one.
With the brown Brandon, as I call him.
With brown Brandon, pumpkin seed Brandon with the green, with the little green feet. So hopefully something hits on this again today. Otherwise, I will burn this boat down like I promised yesterday. Oh, and one more thing that I forgot to mention, because I think I am inherently bad luck. If I learned anything from math, 2 negatives equal a positive. In fact, that's the only thing I learned from math. So we have a banana on the boat. I brought this specifically as bad luck because I'm bad luck, and that we will cancel each other out. Because 2 wrongs make a right is what I always heard from a meme or something. So when the ocean tries to throw me bad luck, that's the Drake meme for anybody who doesn't understand memes from 4 years ago.
So, kind of good news, bad news, mostly bad, but interesting news maybe. We had something hit this lure.
I think it was a tuna. Didn't get it all the way in its mouth, and it just cut off all of our little, squid skirt. It's supposed to be that long, now it's this long. It jumped with it, knocked it out of the water, didn't get hooked. So that's fantastic. So we're having fish strike our lures, but just not hitting the hook part. So that's kind of a bummer. But so the water got pretty rough, so I'm kind of surfing in between these big waves with the throttle, and our dolphin friends showed up. No fish, but our dolphin friends are surfing these waves just like we are in the boat, trying to, I think they're playing. We're just trying not to get soaked and flip the boat, but I think they're just having fun. All right, welcome back. It's day 5. So you obviously that day 4 went horrible, day 3 went horrible, day 2 went horrible, day 1 went horrible. Back out here for more punishment, just straight up glutton for punishment, trying to put a Wahoo on the boat with these creepy Halloween lures, and here we are, and it's almost Thanksgiving. I haven't heard about anybody else catching many Wahoo here lately. I've been asking around as much as I can because, let's be honest, I don't have friends to ask, so I have to ask strangers in fishing shops and stores and anything like that.
And no one's caught anything.
No. But we're gonna go out here and punish ourselves on this rough day anyway. It's not super rough, but there is a little bit of breeze and it makes the trolling pretty miserable. So we're here at our marker, this beautiful cliff line behind us, Two Lovers Point. We're gonna start trolling. And we updated some of our trolling gear because the 1 strike we got last week, or the 2 strikes, one cut us off and the other one cut off the back of our bait. So there's at least a couple Wahoo swimming around. So we dumped some more cash, bought some cable, and we've upgraded to some lures outfitted with steel cable so that we don't spend 8 hours like we did last week trolling around only to get cut off by a fish. So we got our human lures once again rigged, except this time these human lures are attached to this piece of steel cable. So hopefully we don't get bit off this time.
The other issue that we're up against is we're actually running out of the creepy man lures. We only have a few left. We didn't think we'd be going through this many.
Yeah, not a lot of Brandons left to root for, so we're gonna give them one more day. Let's go, Brandons.
Okay, so day 5. We've got something on one of the reels. Chris is reeling it in right now. We are right past Sharks Cove. So if you know where that is on Guam, we're not very far from where we launched the boat. It got off, the little white Brandon tore in half a little bit, so we're gonna circle back and try to see if we can pick it up again, whatever it is. All right, we got something on the line again. This time it was pulling a little bit more. The first time Chris saw something hit, it actually didn't even take the drag out. We just saw the pole bend. So maybe it's the same fish, or maybe it's something a little bit bigger. We'll see.
Oh, it's Wahoo. Oh, it's Wahoo. Oh, it's Wahoo. Open the cooler. Pretty little Wahoo. And she's green.
Yeah!
Oh, fuck.
Yep.
Oh, Jesus Christ. That's
5 days.
That's 5 separate days. That's over a month of trolling in between work. You did it, Brandon. You did it, Brandon. You caught us a fish. Let's go, Brandon. Brandon's did it. All right, so pretty excited for us, just like our first mahi. This feels like our first pelagic fish. It's been a long time, a lot of hard, long days of frustration. So we're gonna see if we can hook up one more of these guys. Super excited. Got these human lures, super creepy for Halloween. Didn't really work for Halloween, but we've proven that you can catch some saltwater fish on these little lures meant for bass.
We have gotten several hits, even though we didn't land those fish. We have gotten hits consistently whenever we come out. I think there's only 2 days where we didn't get something hitting the line. So Brandon works.
These waves are a little bit too big. When you start getting a little nervous, and butterflies on the ocean aren't a good thing. I like to feel alive and feel a little fear every once in a while, but not today. So we're gonna go ahead and turn it around and start trolling back and get out of this washing machine, because not only is it, you know, I don't want to say unsafe, but it's just unfun. You're just beating around all day. So these swells have gotten considerably bigger, and I don't like it when they start looking like they're getting close to breaking. So we're just going to turn around, tuck our tail, and do a little bit more trolling on our way back around.
Okay, really big hit on this other reel. We are heading back south towards the boat basin, and we just thought we'd troll on the way back down. So we're a little bit south of Britannian, and Chris is cranking one in.
Hoping it's another Wahoo. Oh, this would be awesome. We've gone 5 fishing trips with no fish. So to get 2 in one trip would be monumental for us. You know, we're not very good at this fishing shit. That's where it gets tricky. Gotta try to whip it in this cooler. And I'm barefoot. I hate being barefoot with Wahoo in the boat. All right. Thought I was just gonna flip that one in the boat.
A little too big.
I think it's gonna get a gaff. All right. Woo! Nice Wahoo.
2 Wahoo, 1 day.
See? That's a little bit more Lieutenant Dan now, but Brandon did a good job twice for us today. So 2 nice Wahoo. Hopefully we got something for dinner. Now we got something that we can pay for our dinner with. Might sell one, or we might keep them both. I'm not sure yet, but all right, let's get back, and hopefully we can beat this rain that you can't see. Behind you is a whole wall full of rain. So let's beat that mess.
Yep.
So, a couple of ice down Wahoo in the cooler, surrounded by dolphins, and a cool cooler slide in my hands on the sunset. It's a really nice way to end the day.
It's a good wrap up to 5 days of going out continuously with basically failure, rock bottoming a lot, but 2 Wahoo, dolphins, sunset, cold beer, no complaints.
I've been beaten down and kicked around for too long now, and this job gets me paid, but it ain't getting me out of here. In fact, it's getting me nowhere. Every day feels like an uphill climb. I'm running out of patience, I'm running out of time, and all the plans that I made, they're fading.